What if the things you hold close are the very things keeping you from leaving? Hi, welcome back. What do you think about this? Don't you agree? We don't always notice it at first. The way objects quietly settle into our lives and then into us. A chair that remembers your evenings. A cupboard filled with things you once chose carefully. A room that slowly starts to feel like an extension of who you are. And somewhere along the way, what you own stops being just things. It starts becoming anchors. There's a strange comfort in that, in knowing where everything belongs, in building a life that feels stable, predictable, yours. But comfort has a quiet side effect. It demands you to stay. Not loudly, not forcefully, just noticeable enough that you don't question it. Because leaving doesn't only mean stepping out of a place. It means stepping away from the versions of yourself that existed inside those walls. And that's where it gets difficult. Because these things, they are not random. They carry decisions, moments when you said, "This matters to me." They hold pieces of your identity, who you were, what you valued, what you thought would last. Some of them witnessed your happiest days. Some stayed quietly beside you through endings you never spoke of. And without realizing it, they began holding memories so you didn't have to. So when you begin to let them go, it doesn't feel like decluttering. It feels like depossessing, de-owning parts of yourself. Like slowly loosening your grip on a life you once built with certainty. But here's something we rarely acknowledge. Sometimes what we call roots are just well-arranged weights. They keep us grounded, yes, but they also keep us from moving. And the more meaningful the object, the heavier it becomes. Not because it's large, but because it's tied to who you have been. So the question isn't, do I still need this? It becomes, who am I if I no longer carry this version of me? And that question, that's where the shift begins. It's quiet, almost invisible. but it changes the direction of your life. Because when you start letting go, something unexpected happens. You don't become empty, you become lighter. Decisions become easier. Movement feels possible again. The idea of leaving no longer feels like loss, but like space opening up. Like the sky clearing up. There's a different kind of clarity that arrives. One that doesn't come from adding more, but from needing less. That's what wings actually are. Not something you grow, but something that appears when you are no longer weighed down. Not something you search for, but something that always was waiting for you to release what you didn't need to carry. And maybe depossessing isn't about losing what you loved. It's about trusting that you are allowed to outgrow the places where that love once lived. So if there's something you've been holding on to, not because you need it, but because it reminds you of who you were, you don't have to rush. Just notice it. Hold it one last time if you need to. And then ask yourself gently, is this a root or is it a weight? Because sometimes the moment you let go is the moment you finally realize you were always meant to leave the ground. Think about it, and I'll see you in the next thought. Take care.